What's going on, everybody? Just getting set up here. There's that. Just trying to get set up real quick. Man, I am sore today. Golly. Damn it, I forgot to take my stove. Set up here and let some people jump in real quick. We gotta get started. Alright. Let's do this. Woo! What's going on, everybody? I'm Joe Jones, and you are watching the Cup of Joe show. Let's see, we got Tanner, we got Mark so far. We got 8 people watching. What's going on, everybody? We got RN. I still don't have my glasses. I'm like, what does it say? Oh, man. Definitely got to do that. So, as I was saying yesterday, I switched phone companies and switched phones. I am using the Google Pixel 9 and still trying to figure out how to use it. I switched from an iPhone 14 Pro, and I'm starting to very quickly not like this new phone. It's just I'm not used to Android. I've been with an iPhone for like 5 years now, and it's just day and night difference. And I want to go back to my iPhone, so I went to T-Mobile today and was like, "Look, I think I made a mistake." So I'm gonna try to switch back to an iPhone. I've got 14 days to turn this phone in, but they're gonna charge me almost $100 just to give them their phone back. So I'm like, wow, crazy. Watching WWE SmackDown and watching you, Joe. Awesome, man. That's cool. Let's see. Watching from Ireland. Okay. Decky play-by-play. That's cool. We got the UK and Ireland in here. What's up, Shayla? Got Shayla. We got Mark, Arden, Tanner, Rosemary. Happy Friday. Man, that's awesome. That's cool. We're trying to get to my hat looks weird today. I don't know what's going on with it. It's like it doesn't look right. Maybe it's just the phone or something. I don't know. I look crazy. Let's see. Let's mess with this stuff again. Yeah. But my arms are extremely sore today. Even worse than yesterday. So man, hoping that tomorrow they'll start to heal, because I'm in the healing phase. After you work out and stuff, you build muscle when you heal. When you heal. What y'all doing out there? Alright, stop being weird. Stop being weird, Joe. Stop being weird. Sorry, I like to play with all these little different settings and stuff. Looks kind of cool. Whoop, whoop. Let's get that down here. What's going on, Val? Always loving your hats. Thank you. Cool, cool. So have speaking of Ireland, do you ever see any cowboys in Ireland? You ever get anybody wearing cowboy hats over there? Because when I come to Ireland, I'm going to be wearing a cowboy hat. So just trying to see how much I'm going to stick out. Would it be like just so crazy, like nobody ever wears that there, or every now and then you might see somebody, or you know, that's what I'm wondering. As was when I was in when I was in London, there wasn't a lot of people that were like, "Oh man," I only had like three people, maybe three or four people when we were walking down the street. They were like, "Hey, it's a cowboy," or they'd say "Howdy" when I walked by. So you know, but no cowboy, I'm afraid, but they'll love you. Awesome. I actually I have my I guess you could say my great grandparents were from Ireland, and I have what my grandpa told me it's Black Irish is what it's called. Um, so, and my last name is Jones, which I had a thing that said that I would be originally from my family would have been from Welsh with that name. So, hold on, let me see if I still got it. 'Cause we went to this Ireland festival. Yeah, here it is. Went to an Irish festival and I got well, let me turn it back to normal here. Because, I wanted to celebrate my roots and stuff. So I got my little certificate and, let's see if I could do this. Turn this around. How do you do this? Can you do it like that? Okay. So, yep, there's Jones. And I guess that's Welsh or something like that. Maybe that's the Welsh flag, not sure. But yeah, so it just kind of gives the history on, my name and stuff, and what does it say? Our distinguished family name history. So pretty cool there. It was about $40 to get this. So, I'm proud of it. I keep it in the paper. I've had it for about a year now. About 2 years, actually. So yeah. Let's see. It's your family crest. Pretty cool. Yep. Respect to the chat. Let's see. And the American Nightmare, says Tanner. Sorry, crest. Gotcha. Whoops. Oh well. It's alright. I'll get it. It's all good. It's just a pin. Let's see. Soap opera, a very long time ago. Oh, okay. What's going on, everybody? What's Shayla up to tonight, man? I'm glad to see her in here. That's cool. If you could only watch one movie from the 90s for full 2 hours, what movie would it be? Ooh, man. That's a good question. I would say I like Jurassic Park from the 90s. I always liked that one. I think I would watch that one for 2 hours. I think it's about maybe close to that. So, yeah, what about y'all? The Matrix, Men in Black, yeah, those are good movies. From St. Louis, Missouri. What's going on, Erica? Let's see. What up, Joe? What's up, Michelle? Oh, yeah, Beetlejuice. Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a good movie. Matilda's a good one. I like Matilda. Schindler's List, yeah. She likes Jurassic Park too. Scary movie. Whew. this thing here. This was my dad's. He used to keep it on his desk. It's all old now, but it's one of the few things of him I have left. Did, damn it, what is going on? What is this? What is that on here? What in the world, man? Whoops. Whoops. Okay. But, wow, it's gone. Okay. Who was in here touching that? I was going to show you all a picture, but apparently it walked away. But, come on now. Dang it. Anyway. Alright, we're back. Any movie with Arnie? Yep. Man, Arnold's one of my favorite actors. You know, I go into Gold's Gym every day, and he's on the wall. He's all over the walls working out and stuff when they were filming Pumping Iron. So, this started 11 minutes ago, it tells me. Just about 10 minutes ago. We're just now getting into some conversation, taking some questions and stuff from everybody. Oh yeah, Rocky, man, I was obsessed with Rocky, dude. I got into the Rocky movies and I liked it so much I became a boxer, and that was my motivation. Movies have always really motivated me. And just like I told you all about the Freddy Krueger movies and the Scooby-Doo movies, and but I guess that's why I wanted to be an actor. Oh man, I love Predator. Predator, like that's the like the body type that I'm looking for. The way he was in Predator, that would be my goal. That was a good movie. What are the color of your eyes? Is it blue or green? Well, my eyes are green, and some people say that sometimes they look blue, so they look bluish green to some people. So I guess you could say they're kind of bluish green. I don't know if you can see or not. They're damn whatever. I guess I gotta look like this. I guess I can't look at the camera. But yeah, I don't like them though. I always wanted brown eyes. I don't like green eyes at all. But they're more green than anything. Let's see what's going on. Let me go back up. Rejected you? Oh man. Sorry to hear that, man. What's going on, brown girl? Yeah, I mean, they're, I take care of a kid whose dad rejected him as well, and I messaged him on Facebook and let him know what I think about him, but he never messaged me back. But one day I hope to talk to him, because he's a real, you know what. Oh, thank you. Thank you, RN. Appreciate that. Oh, really? Man, well, all we can do is pray for him. Hopefully one day he'll realize the mistakes he's made, and, if you want, then hopefully he'll be in your life, and, hopefully he'll accept Christ into his heart and change. Light eyes are beautiful. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. I've got I've had a couple people in my family that didn't believe, but after many years of praying, now they do. So there's always hope, man. I've seen God change some people that you just wouldn't even think. You know, you just wouldn't even know, man. I mean, God changed me. Like I said, I wasn't always a Christian. Um, I was raised in church, but I mean, for the beginning of my life, I was till probably about 7 years old. We were kind of in and out of church, stuff like that, and then there was just a long period of time where we didn't go, and I didn't think about God, and you know, I thought more about evil stuff than I did God, and I, you know, when I turned 15, 16, uh, was going through a lot of trials and tribulations through that at that time of my life, and that's kind of what made me start, turning away from the devil and start turning towards God and kind of questioning, okay, is there a God? And if there is, then who is he? So I was in the library and I was renting books on Judaism and Islam and Christianity and kind of everything. Uh, so I wanted to approach God, as a, what would you say, non-biased, I guess would be the word. So I wanted to approach God, just kind of on my own and look into different religions and see, who do I think God is? And in doing that and reading about religions and stuff like that, and I was also reading the Bible. And so, I just found that Christ was who he said to be, who he said he was. And I walked into a church down the road completely on my own. I had asked my parents to take me, and they didn't want to go to church. So I had walked into the church myself and saw a friend goes. He had went there, and I was like, "Dude, I didn't know you go to this church." And he's like, "Yeah." And so I started going with him on Wednesday nights, and there was this group called the Men of Honor, and they just came into my life at the perfect time. They taught us about chivalry and how to treat women and all these things, how to be a man. They taught us about character, honesty, integrity, and perseverance. Those were our acronyms. That was the main things we focused on. And Christ likeness, manhood and Christ likeness are synonymous. So, and then once I started going there, I mean, there was just no question about it as to who God was. And, it completely changed me. Completely changed me, you know. Let's see, lost my faith in God when my mom passed. I was only 23, still loved and needed her, but found my way back. I've always kept my faith and hope even when sad things happen. Amen to that. I'm glad you found your way back. Praise God for that. Let's see. My father was never a good dad. He faked like he was a good Christian man, and behind doors, we was all getting beat up by him until my mom was able to leave. I started losing my faith for a long time. Man, dang. Christianity's not a relationship. It's a relation. Oh, I'm sorry. Christianity's not a religion. It's a relationship. That's true. That's right. That is true. And that was the difference. That was the difference. If you look at actual religions, you see that, they are like literally religions. You have to work and do all these things and bow at a certain time of the day and pray at a certain time of the day, all that. And Jesus gives you the freedom to talk to him whenever you want, So, see, I still struggle, however, I do believe in God and that he loves everyone despite all they go through on earth. Yep. I'm just tired of my real dad bull crap. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep you in our prayers, Tanner, because God can change any situation. I'm telling you, man, I've seen some people that you just wouldn't even think. Man. I mean, even one of my old pastors. He was a cowboy preacher. He owns a cowboy church, and he tells us some of the stuff that he used to do. I mean, and just like Shayla, this guy, he used to beat his kids and cheated on his wife, um, on the mother of his children at the time. And then he was an alcoholic, did drugs, all these things, and just wasn't a very good guy at all. And he said that he found Christ and started going to church, got ordained as a pastor, and he said that his kids, he's like, to this day, for the past 20 years, he said, my kids will not accept me. He said, because they remember how I was, and they refuse to believe that I could have changed. Um, but I mean, I only know him as a preacher, I know him as a good guy, but they, they knew him as somebody totally different. But Christ changed him, and Christ can change anybody, man. You know, and but that's what we're here for. We're here. That's what this channel is here for. You got people in here that love you, that will pray for you. There's a lot of people in here that really care about you, man. So you're not alone, man. That's the good news. This is a place to talk about it. We can talk about stuff like that. And if somebody tries to start some crap in the comments, then we'll kick their ass out of here. We'll get them out of here. So we don't handle no crap talking and judgment in the live and stuff like that. We'll get them out of here quick. So no judgment here. Judgment free zone. And I looked up that song you told me about. MIW, Devil's Night. I listened to it. It's a good song, man. I wonder where Miss New York is. Miss New York, are you in the live? What's going on with my notes right here? Sorry, this phone just vibrates constantly, and I don't even know what the hell's going on. I don't even know why it's vibrating. It doesn't even tell me. And that's the thing. I just cannot figure the damn phone out. I just can't. Shayla says, that's right. I will kick these trolls out so fast they don't even see it coming. Like a blind hooker. No, I shouldn't say that. Oh, anyway. It's a joke I heard one time. Somebody had asked me to listen to "Release Me" by Pearl Jam. I don't remember who that was, but I also listened to that song as well because I remember them saying it reminded them of me and my dad, and that was a good song too. So thank you for recommending that. What does that say? Oh, okay, that was a movie. That's a TV show. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Sorry about the jokes. Oh, thank you, Cece. I'm really trying. I'm pushing myself so hard in the gym lately. It's crazy. I appreciate that, Cece. I really do. I need to work on my tan. I'm starting to get pale. And the stuff I'm on right now. I'm telling you, it will not be long, and my shoulders are going to be boom. Maybe another 3 weeks or so. They will really, really be something. I mean, I'm not even nowhere near what I was before. Like before I started going live, like a lot. I got very big. So let's see. Sorry, hold on, let me go back up. It's okay, don't worry about it. It's his choice. I understand I am more of a mommy girl. My dad wasn't really in my life, so I understand, Tanner. Yeah. Shayla. Joe, do you listen to Striper? Is that how, Striper or Stripper? I'm gonna go with Striper. I'm gonna write that down. Never heard of them. Striper. Write that down. Keep the trolls out. We got this, y'all. That's right. Let's see. Thank you, Joe, for listening to my song. To me, it means to stand up against all hatred, and most importantly, it means to stand up for interracial love. That's right, man. That's right. Oh, okay, a Christian rock band. Gotcha. That's cool. Then it is definitely pronounced Striper, not Stripper. All right. That is for sure. That's cool. I check out all these songs y'all recommend. I enjoy that. We got 16 people in the live right now. We've been live for 26 minutes and 37 seconds. Welcome to the Cup of Joe show this evening. Today is, what is today? I don't even know. Whoops, I stopped marking stuff on the calendar. It is the 23rd. August 23rd. So, I went and looked at a job this morning. We get out and we meet the guy, and I took Justin with me. And, okay, I got you. Isaiah 53:5. By his stripes we are healed, right? That's cool. So I took Justin to the job site with me. It was about an hour away or so. And the dude's out there working in his front yard. And we get out. And walk up to the guy and I ask him, I said, hey, are you so-and-so? And he's like, yeah. And excuse me. He's like, have I talked to you before? And I was like, yeah, we just talked yesterday. You wanted me to come out and look at your sheds. And he's like, oh, yeah, you must be Joe. I said, yes, sir. And so he shakes my hand and he looks at Justin, and I guess he was waiting on Justin to introduce himself or whatever. And Justin doesn't say anything, so he just turns and starts walking away. And he's like, all right, well, follow me to the backyard. And I said, Justin, man, you got to introduce yourself. And Justin's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm Justin. And so the guy turns around and he's like, oh, okay, I'm so-and-so. And he shakes Justin's hand and he's just trying to joke with Justin, you know. And if you don't know Justin, like, you'll take him the wrong way. But he tells Justin, he says, Justin, right? And then Justin's like, yeah. And he's like, just like Justin Timberlake. And Justin's like, no, my name's Justin Dowdney. And the guy's like, whoa. Okay. And he's like, it's just a joke, man. And Justin just mean mugging him, you know, like he does. And I'm just kind of laughing. I'm like, kind of keep the, like, oh, that's all right, man. Yeah, Justin knows you're playing. And Justin just like, I'm like, dude, stop mean mugging him like that. And so the dude starts walking off. And we get to the backyard. And he turns around and he's kind of mad at Justin. He's like, hey, man. He's like I said, it was just a damn joke. And he's like, you know, my name is this and that. And he's like, I share the same name as a celebrity as well. And he's like, I'm just saying Justin Timberlake because that'll help me remember your name. He's like, kind of like Justin Bieber. And Justin's like, my name's not Justin Bieber, it's Justin Dowdney. And I was just like, oh, man. But, you know, later I explained, you know, I told the guy, like, hey, you know, Justin, you just got to know how to take him. And so, but but it's all good. So, but I don't know. I mean, we went and looked at the shed. I don't know if he, you know, but he said it would be sometime in September before he wants us to start. So I hope Justin didn't make him mad. And he's just like, I don't want to use you guys. Because he did tell us, he's like, well, I know not to joke with y'all. And I said, no, dude, it's fine. Justin's just Justin. You know. So, um, I Shayla, I think it will. Um, I mean, it should because I would think so. Yeah, yeah. I think it automatically does. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you should be good. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to change the chats to members only. I'm just giving it a couple, a little more time to, for everybody, if they want to continue chatting with me and stuff. But I mean, we haven't had any bots or anything attacking me, you know, lately. So, but I mean, we're still gonna, that'll just kind of be a thing, for members and stuff. Whew. But I need to finish my book. I've been needing to finish it. I know a lot of people have been asking me when are you gonna finish the last chapter, and I don't even know where my computer is. But like I said before, something's going on with my Word. I don't know if it's saying it expired or something, but it keeps saying there's some type of problem, and they want me to pay like $70. So I need to get that looked at because I mean, I've had Word on that computer for like 5 years or something. I'd never had any problems with it until just recently. I get to the last chapter and it won't let me get in there to finish it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? The main characters are about to get married, and I can finally finish the book, and that will be like the full completion of A Different Cowboy, part one and part two. Like, the book is done. Like, there will not be a part three. Um, what there will be is a prequel to that book. And a lot of people are big fans of the book. They don't necessarily jump in the live all the time, but they're kind of wondering, when are you going to finish the book? So I'm getting a lot of emails. So if there's anybody in the live that's wondering, that's kind of what's going on. But I'm going to get that fixed um, soon, hopefully soon, and we'll get the book done, and then we will start the prequel, which is going to take place in man, probably like the 1830s to the 1850s, because we'll be following her life as a slave before she met the main character of A Different Cowboy. Before she met the cowboy, we'll be following that. So yeah, we got 20 people. I just dropped down to 17 as soon as I looked at it. But what's everybody doing tonight? Oh, you haven't. Yeah, part two is way better than part one. I mean, part two. Wow, I'm so proud of part two. There's um there's so much stuff that happens. So much stuff changes. Main characters die off. Just there's a lot of violence, love making, just lots of stuff. I love writing the love making scenes, and in fact, some people said, "Man, you're too graphic with your books in some parts." But I don't think I was too graphic. I mean, I just wanted to get the point across, you know. But some people they laugh at. I'll give you this one part where it says, she says to John, she says to Johnny, "Oh man, that's." She says, "Oh Johnny, please don't ever shave that mustache." So you can, oh man, you can imagine, But that's a part in the book. Yes. Now I've officially embarrassed myself. I'm turning red. Let's see, man. Demon Hunter and War of Ages. They are both Christian bands. Oh, that's cool. I find the love making descriptions. Yeah, I've seen it. I saw it. I like that one. Bad Boys 4. I thought it was a good movie. Yeah, I did like that one. I like the one before that too, actually. Actually, I like all the Bad Boys. Yeah. You know what? Let me go grab something real quick. I'll be right back because I just wanna read a couple lines out of the book. I think I got a book in here still somewhere. I do. All right, all right, all right. Put that down right there. All right, so this was the first copy, and there were some mistakes with the cover, and this is why we got to redo the cover. But this is the book, pretty much what it looks like, except it doesn't have the white, on the bottom. It's like that, and the barcode is just huge right here. So I still got to figure out how to fix that. And also, big mistake here. The book takes place in the 1800s, and after people started buying the book, they're like, "Hey, bud, you've got a truck in the background in the 1800s. That wouldn't have existed." So, but yes, that is me on a horse. But yeah, it just doesn't. So when I redo the cover, it's gonna have me and the black woman on the front. So we'll probably be holding hands. We'll be looking at each other. I'll be looking down at her because I'm 6'3", so I'm gonna be taller than you know. But oh, that's okay. But yeah. So that way people know. Because here it says an interracial Western love story. So people were like, "What the hell? What is that?" And what's exactly what I just said. But let's see. But you open it up and it's got the name. Um, it also says, right there, whatever the heck it said. What does it say? Follow along with the audiobook on YouTube at Cup20 / a different cowboy, and be sure to subscribe for more content. But so basically, what the book is about, it tells you a little bit about it in the front, in the beginning. Based in the mid 1800s after slavery has just ended, when racism is rampant, a former slave and the cowboy fall in love with each other. Not only do they have to fight to keep their love alive, they also have to fight to keep each other alive. And the thing is, like, I have gotten so much hate for writing this book. A lot of people are against it. Even some of my friends are just. I had more people telling me not to write it and not to publish it and just keep it to myself than I did supporters. I started it and then I just let it sit there for like 2 years and I gave up on it. And then I said, you know what? To hell with it. I'm gonna keep writing it. I'm gonna put it on YouTube and I'm gonna publish it. And it got a lot of people liked the story. So always. That's why I say always. Just do what you feel you need to do. And there's people that have said I'm writing their story literally. That everything that the main character Tessa went through. There's a lot of people who are like, man, you are writing my story. Everything she went through, I've gone through stuff like that. So, and I've taken so much of what black women have told me, and I've put it into this character. I've learned so much from my ex-girlfriends that I've been with, from Alicia, from my ex-wife, things they went through, and I put that into this book, and just all the women that I've talked to, on the show and stuff like that, and all the stories that I've heard, and I said, man, this is just terrible stuff, and so it's like a lot of women can relate to it. you know Let's see. Hey, what's up, cadet? Congratulations, Joe. I am so proud of you. When are you going to sell your books? Well, this particular book is for sale on Amazon, or you can buy it on Lulu.com. I think it's cheaper on Lulu. I think Amazon's like $12 or something, but it's cheaper on Lulu. It might be like $9 on Lulu. But I mean, they've been for sale for like 3 years now. They've only sold like 8 copies. It didn't do good. So I don't even, you know. As a Japanese black woman, you are so genuine about your preference for us. Thank you. Why are people so against interracial relationships? I don't know, but I had white people and black people telling me. I had black women telling me that's not a good idea to write this book. Don't even put it out there because it's gonna be bad and people aren't gonna like it and this and that. But I mean, there's a lot of people that really like the story. Yeah, I don't like reading either, Tanner. It's weird. I love to write, but I can't stand to read. So. But that's also why I did audiobook of this. So you don't even have to buy it. All you gotta do is go to my playlist, and I've got every single chapter. I've got pictures. I've got sound effects. I do the voices. I did everything to narrate this book myself. I read it to you, so you don't even have to buy it if you don't want to. Just watch the videos, and that helps the channel. Just leave a comment, tell me what you think, and then part two is just even better. But let's see. Where is? I don't even know. I'm gonna read some of this to y'all, and it's in big letters too. I always like books with big letters. So I made it big print, and then people were like, "That was stupid," and I'm like, "Well, whatever." That's what I like, so it helps me to read if it's bigger. I don't like reading tiny little things, you know. So, well, thank you, Brown Girl. I appreciate that. But like I said, I am going to try to change this cover because, as you can see, that looks ridiculous. And there is a truck in the background, so it's up to y'all. If you want to buy it like this, you can, but I will eventually, when I get the money to buy the clothes and everything, and we're gonna dress up like the 1800s and take a more formal picture. Let's see. Michelle says, "Congratulations! Don't stop doing what you feel is right. Keep writing. Try not to get discouraged." Absolutely. Yes, Michelle, I agree. Thank you. Congrats on your book, JoJo. My JoJo. Thank you, Shayla. I like hearing you narrate the book. Thank you, Val. Yeah, because there was a point in time where, I was narrating with an iPhone 6 when I first started. So it's like the first chapter, it doesn't sound too good. But after I got into it, I had a good camera at the time, and I had the microphone and everything, and I was able to, my vocals really got very good. I was able to, it sounded great quality on the book and stuff. And doing the voice, especially the Sam Elliott voice, the very deep voice. So that was pretty cool. I could do that and stuff, because there was a character named Sam who's based on him. But let's see. Yeah, they don't understand. I love whoever I want to love. That's right. And that's what this book is about. So let me find a chapter here. Okay, so this is if you haven't heard the book, the main characters have already met each other, and she has asked him not to come back to her property. The cowboy, his name is Johnny. This is Johnny and Tessa. So there's a big storm that comes through, and he goes down to check on her, and he sees that half of her roof is missing, and he's a carpenter, of course. So this is chapter 4. and he is basically just hammering on the roof. So she hears bang, bang, bang. The woman opens her eyes suddenly after hearing a loud noise coming from the roof of her house. Bang, bang. She hears it again. What the hell? She says to herself as she crawls out of bed. She looks out the window from her bedroom but sees nothing. Then she looks from the front window in her house and sees a horse with a wagon attached carrying a bunch of lumber. Puzzled, she walks outside to investigate what's going on. She looks on top of her roof and sees Johnny with a hammer in his hand and 4 nails sticking out of his mouth. He continues to hammer, unaware that she is watching him. Hey, she cries out to him. What are you doing up there? Johnny looks down at her and says, Oh, howdy, ma'am. I'm just fixing your roof. I figured you and your pa would have done it by now, but I rode by yesterday and seen y'all hadn't started yet, so I figured I'd come by and do it. It's been raining on and off since the storm, so I know it must be leaking. Look, I can't even read. I know it must be leaking. I haven't read this in like 3 years. Sorry. It had been leaking in her house to the point where she had to move her bed across her room to keep from getting wet. And she was relieved to see it was being fixed, but she said, I told you, we could do it. My paw is just real sick right now, that's all. Just need a few more days and we could have had it done. Puzzled by what she said, Johnny replied by saying, Well, ma'am, your paw has been sick for quite a while now. You want me to go get a doctor? No, she replied boldly. I tried that. All there is round here is white folks, and they won't help nobody but their own kind. Johnny shakes his head as he nails another board down. Well, that's a damn shame, ma'am. She turns her attention to the wagon full of wood. That's a lot of boards you got there. The storm didn't cause that much damage to my roof. You going around just fixing everybody's roof today like a good Samaritan? Nope, just yours. And by the looks of this house, I'd say it's probably 50 to 60 years old. I figured there's probably quite a few places that need to be replaced, and hell, I might as well just have replaced the entire roof. No, don't do that. Johnny stops hammering and asks, Why not? Because I can't afford to pay you for that. I may not even be able to pay you for what you've already done so far. So you might as well stop now. And I ain't about to be working for another white man for free again. And to work off this roof, it would take me years. Johnny opens his mouth and looks down at her and as to say something, but he struggles to find the words. He looks across the prairie as she stands there with her hands on her hips looking up at him. Look, I don't want your money or labor from you, he says to her as he grins. You must be lying because there ain't no man down here in the South that's going to do something for a woman for free. Especially for a colored woman like me. You want something out of me and you ain't getting you know what if that's what you're doing this for. Well, I'm doing it for free, ma'am, no charge. Don't worry about it. She squints her eyes in disbelief and asks him, Why me? He clears his throat and takes a deep breath and says, Because not all cowboys are outlaws and bad guys. There are good men out here who think like me. Now they're hard to find, yes, but they're out there. I guess you could say I'm a different cowboy. Oh man. Yeah, but there are plenty of white folks who need help in town. Why don't you go help people like yourself? I've been a slave all my life until the past 2 years ago. Nobody helps a former slave around here. Stop, Johnny interrupts, angered. Stop labeling yourself as a slave and just a colored girl. You are so much more than that. You are free. You are a very beautiful young African lady, and you are royalty, created by God just as much as I am, and you deserve this. Royalty? I'm not a queen. Well, at least not in this country. Well, to me you are. And one day the world will see it too. She looks at the ground and smiles without him seeing. She looks back up and asks, How can you say these things? I don't even know you. Doesn't matter if you know who I am. What matters is you know that somebody cares. Where the hell did I... Where am I? What the hell? Lost my damn place. Sorry, where'd it go? Are you kidding me? What do you mean? Okay, okay, here we are. Speechless by this strange cowboy's words, the woman walks back into her home. She sits down at her table in the kitchen and thinks about her life. No one had ever called her beautiful, or especially even a lady. Everyone in town disrespected her and gave her dirty looks because of her skin color, and would often refuse to give her service. And if they did, they would often charge her double the price, making it very seldom that she even wandered into town. She had worked her fingers to the bone picking cotton in the fields and baking in the hot sun ever since she was old enough to walk. The woman was only 32 years old and had already been through a living hell most of her life. She wondered if the cowboy on the roof was really different. Could she really trust him, or was his intentions far more sinister than she was experiencing? So far, he had been nothing but kind to her, but she knew that could easily change, though she prayed his heart. Though she prayed his kind heart was true. So, yeah, that's just chapter 4. I could read the lovemaking scene. Maybe I'll do that next. Oh, man. Oh, come on. I'm getting all these messages and stuff. And this phone, I can't text while I'm live. Hold on a second, guys. Maybe, okay, I can text. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's see. That's my unique bud. Yeah, dude, oh man. I need glasses so bad, it's not even funny. And I forget every day. It's crazy. It is crazy. Hey, wait a second. Oh man, I mean, hold on. I got so many people. Oh, come on. What is going on? Anyway. Because you got... Is Shine in here? Hey, she is in here. Hey, what's going on? Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. People are asking me to... Sorry, trying to get that taken care of. But yeah, let's do... I'm trying to think of what chapter the love making scene was. Sorry, I haven't read in so long that my stuff, my reading skills aren't very good. Like before I narrate a chapter, I have to read through the whole thing just so, and I mess up so many times. Y'all don't even know how many times I have to stop and edit it and then continue, so it sounds like it's just no, problems when I'm reading or anything like that. Good to see you. She says, God bless you, Pastor. You are such a creative and passionate author. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the biggest fan of this book right there, man. I love her. She has just been awesome. Awesome. Okay, here it is. I see. That's it, man. I don't even know if I can read that on here. Oh, I don't even know if I can read that without... all right. So it looks like it's chapter 7. There's a few chapters, I think, that it's getting hot in here. I'm starting to sweat. But there's a few chapters in here that got a little hot. How do you become a member? Let's see. Does anybody know how he does? I'm not sure. Hold on a second, guys. Can y'all tell him how to become a member? I'm not sure exactly. I know we got a few members in here. I knew it was that chapter because right here it says kissing kissing her breast. Oh, let me try to read this. All right, I'll try to be serious because it's a very serious book. It's a romantic book, so I tried to be romantic. Where's Elizabeth? Is Elizabeth in here? Oh man, come on, y'all. People are. All right, here we go. 3 days go by with Johnny laying in the cot resting. Tessa periodically comes in to check on him over the course of his healing. I think he'd been shot at this point. That's what he's doing. If you've been able to write a whole book is awesome. You're so inspiring, Joe. Thank you. 3 days go by with Johnny laying in the cot resting. Tessa periodically comes in to check on him over the course of his healing. On the third evening, she walks into the room and sits at the end of the cot. He looks at her and smiles. She smiles. How you feeling, cowboy? Well, I'm feeling a hell of a lot better now, Tess. I can't thank you enough for being there for me and nursing me back to health. I'm in debt to you. No, you ain't. You already helped me when you fixed this house. Johnny looks around the room and says, Hey, speaking of which, you said your pa was going to help you with that. Where is he? I know I've been here for 3 days now, but I still haven't heard or seen him yet. He sure is a quiet fella. Hey, get him in here. I'd like to meet him. I want to tell him how much of a wonderful daughter he has. She sits there looking at Johnny, then looks at the floor, puts her hands in her lap and takes a deep breath. Johnny, my pa is dead. Shocked by this news, Johnny sits up in the bed. What? What the heck happened? Did he get hit by one of them stray bullets that came through the house? No, he died last winter. Remember that big freeze we had? I do, killed a lot of our cattle. Well, see, he got real sick right before. We think he had tuberculosis. He had been fighting that for a while. Then the freeze came, killed all the crops in my garden, and he was too sick to go hunt for food. Why didn't you just go to town and get some? Johnny asked. I tried, but the freeze had killed most everyone's crops, and they would only sell to other white folks because they was running short on food too. So what happened? We got 20 people watching. Welcome, everybody. We was starving for days. I only had a little bit of flour left to bake bread. We had to share that loaf of bread for days, just picking off the very least amount of it. With no food, he began to completely lose his strength. He knew that both of us couldn't make it on that one loaf of bread. I cried myself to sleep every night by his bedside, watching him deteriorate. Just knowing there was nothing I could do for him becoming more than I... Just knowing there was nothing I could do for him was becoming more than I could stand. Then, one cold morning, I woke up to see him gone. On his bed lay a note, and on it he wrote, Tessa, I can no longer bear to see my daughter starve like this anymore. I must do something. I have taken my old rifle, and I have gone out to search for food. There is only a half a loaf of bread left, and we're not going to make it this way. My precious daughter, if I don't make it back, don't come for me. It's too dangerous. Carry on and live out your days. Your mother would want that. Tears began to fill Tessa's eyes. After I read the note, I walked out the front door just to find him lying in the snow. He'd only made it about 25 feet and collapsed from exhaustion. I guess he didn't have the strength to get back up and come inside, so he froze to death. Johnny opens his mouth and closes his eyes, then looks out the window as Tessa wipes the tears from her eyes. I'm so sorry, he tells her. That half a loaf of bread lasted me the rest of the freeze. Where's your mother? My mother died giving me life. Daddy told me she was a beautiful woman, but lived a hard life as well. See, Daddy was a slave too until his master died. Then he became a free man. By that time, they had already taken me away from my family and moved me to a different plantation. Daddy always promised me that he would come by me one day and move us up north with my sisters. One day Daddy did come to the plantation with the money to make me free, but the plantation owners refused any amount of money he was willing to give them just because we were related to each other. But eventually the war ended and we was all free one day. And Daddy was there to get me. It was the happiest day of our lives. And your sisters? Don't know what happened to them. Daddy said I searched for them but never found them. Wait, don't know what happened to them. Daddy and I searched for them but never found them. Now come on in here to the table. You seem like you're well enough now to eat supper in here with me. I made some grits and cornbread. They get up and go to the table and begin to eat. My God, woman, you can cook. This is amazing. You're pretty good yourself, she adds. What's Ranger been eating? Asked Johnny. He's been hanging around my garden. Found out he likes onions too. Ain't got none left. They laugh. Wow, I've never known a horse to like onions, says Johnny. They finish supper and she tells him good night and says, you can stay here one more night. Hey, have you ever been fishing before? She asks. She tells him no. I'll take you down to the river in the morning and show you how it's done. Okay, she says, smiling as she shuts the door. We're getting to that point. Not much longer. Just building up the scene for y'all. Okay, she says, smiling as she shuts the door. Morning comes, and the rooster outside the window wakes up Johnny. He looks out the window to see Tessa petting Ranger outside. He gets dressed and walked outside. Ready to go? I got a few cane poles in the back of the wagon here. Better to go fishing early when they're still biting. Let's go, says Tessa. They ride down to the riverside, the water crystal clear. You know, it's beautiful here, she states. Exactly why I brought you here. See those fish there? You're going to throw your line to them just like this. She does as he instructed and listens to the river flowing. Then the line starts to pull. I think I got one, she shouts. Okay, now just start pulling the line real slow. She does, and the fish flops out of the water onto the bank. She smiles in excitement. Congratulations, you caught a rainbow trout, says Johnny. He's got beautiful color, says Tessa. Almost said the wrong name there. Says Tessa. Yeah, and they taste even better. Johnny puts the fish into a bucket and puts the bucket into the wagon. He returns to Tessa and they look into each other's eyes. They come closer together. And without saying a word, he looks down at her and slowly presses his lips into hers. She closes her eyes and then presses her lips back into his. He looks at her after the kiss and says, Tessa, I have fallen deeply in love with you, and my heart could no longer hide it. She looks back at him, but has nothing to say. He grilled the fish for her by the river, and they spent all day laying out, talking and fishing. Later that afternoon, they arrived back at the house. All right, we still got 20 people. That's surprising. They were back in the room sitting down on the cot when Johnny stood up and said, well, darling, I guess I'd better be heading out before it gets dark. He puts his cowboy hat back on and begins to exit the room. Tessa jumps in front of him and says, wait, you don't have to go. I mean, if you don't want to. It gets kind of lonely around here, and I have enjoyed you being around this past week. Okay, Johnny says as he smiles. I'd love to stay. Tessa reaches out and puts her hand on Johnny's chest. His shirt halfway unbuttoned, already revealing his masculine hairy chest, caught her attention. She runs her fingers through it. "Oh wow," she says. He raises his eyebrows and smiles. He reaches out to her and runs his fingers across her face and neck, down to her collarbone. Y'all still with me here? We got more people watching. She closes her dark brown eyes and inhales deeply. He leans in and kisses her passionately, and he begins to kiss her neck. She bites her lip and her heart begins to pound. She pushes him off softly and backs up towards the bed. He watches her in anticipation as she slowly slips off her dress, revealing her delicate body to him. Alan Jackson. She looks at him with a come and get me look in her eyes. He slowly walks to her as he takes off his shirt. She watches as his calloused hands of leather turn to velvet in a touch. He caresses her breast and lays her down. His passion rises high as their bodies lie against one another. Romance and passionate kisses fill the room. Her body trembles as he works his way down from kissing her breast, then her stomach to forbidden places. She opens her legs and runs her fingers through his hair. Intense feelings of pleasure fill her body. This man is making love to me, she thinks to herself. Johnny, don't you ever shave that mustache, she begs. They continued to make love as the night fell around them. Man, y'all. Yeah. There's a lot of that type of stuff in this book. Oh man, and part two. Part two. There's nothing changes. Let's see. Let me see. What are we? Where are we at here? Barbara. Yep. Yep. She's like, what have I just got into? Let's see. Yep, it is. I can't believe my mother read that book. Yes, she did, and she liked it. Yep, Tyrannosaurus Rex's mother finished the book in one day. One day. Thank you. Thank you. Turn me on. You know, absolutely. There's some more scenes in here. Let me find another one. Because that wasn't... let me find it. That was chapter 7, so it can't be it couldn't be chapter 8. They do it again. That couldn't be the case. I mean, it could be, but let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. All right. Let's see. I don't want to go through the entire chapter again, but we're just going to get right into the lovemaking scenes. I know that's what y'all are here for. Let's see. Yes, this is my book, A Different Cowboy, that I wrote. So we are reading some chapters out of the book tonight. What was that chapter? No, that was chapter 9. Okay, so we skipped 2 chapters, and then they're back at it again in chapter 9. Looks like. Let's see. Amigos. Okay. Okay, maybe it's chapter. Okay, sorry. There's chapter 9. All right, here we go. I got it. I'm here. I'm here. Let's see. We got 22 people watching. Okay, so there are some serious parts in this, and I mean, this is just this is just the way it would be. Some of the stuff that they're experiencing with each other. He doesn't know what she's been through. So, you know, let's see. A few days went by, and things were quiet and started to feel normal again. There hadn't been any sign of outlaws or cowboys coming back to retaliate. And they thought since the mean old sheriff was dead, maybe they would finally get to live and love in peace. But still, every night, as long as Johnny could, he would stay awake on the front porch watching the top of the hill with his rifle in hand just to make sure there wouldn't be another ambush. One night, as Johnny sits back in the rocking chair, getting sleepy, he rubs his eyes. Then he hears the old door slowly open. "Hey, darling," he says to Tessa. "It's getting late, Johnny. I think you should come in now." Johnny gives the hill one last look. "Okay, honey." And remember, we're going to be making this into a movie. Johnny gives the hill one last look. "Okay, honey. I just can't stand the thought of them showing up when I'm asleep or gone and them hurting you," he says to her as he gets up from his chair. "I love you, Johnny." "I love you too, Tessa." She grabs Johnny by the hand and brings him into the house. Johnny turns Tessa around and says, "Tessa, our lives right now are in constant danger. And if anything ever happens to me, I want you to know that. You're the only girl for me. And I want you to always remember that." She looks up at him and he looks down into her eyes. She feels the chemistry fill the room and love overflowing in her heart with every breath she takes. She kisses him slowly and begins to back up to the kitchen table. The only thing surrounding them, other than darkness in the room, was 2 small candles glowing on each side of the room. But all they knew in that moment was that there was an irresistible urge to be one with each other again. Johnny slowly walks over to her. "You are absolutely breathtaking, Tessa." She closes her eyes and imagines them lying beside each other in the springtime, under the stars out in the open, without a care in the world. He runs his hand in the back of her dress, touching her skin with his fingertips. He feels whelps on her back, and she opens her eyes. "Tess?" That's from when I got whipped all those times as a slave. The scars are still there physically, mentally." Sorrow fills Johnny's heart, and he says, "Please give me the honor of healing all of these scars in your life. Allow my love to flow like the river where we first fell in love. I promise I'll love you all the days of my life." Tessa takes a deep breath. "Make love to me, Johnny, right here." They begin to kiss passionately again, sharing their uncontrollable feelings for each other. It begins to rain outside, and Tessa looks up at the ceiling Johnny fixed. "At least we won't be..." I don't remember writing this, y'all. "At least we won't be wet tonight," she says. Johnny grins and says, "I wouldn't say that." Dude, I do not remember saying that. Let me read that again. Let me be serious. "At least we won't be wet tonight," she says. Johnny grins and says, "I wouldn't say that." He then lays her down on the kitchen table. Once again, her breast is engulfed by his mustache, and her whole body shakes in pleasure. As he greets her lower parts, she then pushes him off and pushes him down on the table. She climbs on top of him and kisses his hairy chest, straddling him, rubbing her skin against his. Okay, her head goes down as she pleases him for a while. He then picks her head up and carries her to the bedroom. They kiss passionately the whole way. He carries her as if she is as light as a feather in his strong arms. They fall into each other on top of the bed, and he fills her physically as they pour out their hearts emotionally. The thunder rolls as she screams in pleasure. Her fingertips scratch down his back, bringing goosebumps all over his body. Each time the lightning flashes, it lights up the room, revealing the beauty of the love that they were making that night. Woo! Man. All right. What's up, Pasha? What's going on? So, what y'all think about that chapter? Let me go back up here. Tessa knew the difference between a man making love to her as opposed to a man just using her. This is so romantic. I'm glad you highlighted this in the story. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you. You truly mean a lot to me. Everyone in the stream also mean a lot to me. Love you, Joe, forever. Love you too, man. Bless your heart, Joe. Thank you, Barbara. Let's see. Oh, there's Elizabeth. OMG. Isn't this where we left off last night? You can't help yourself, can you? I sure can't. Oh, man. Y'all are making me blush. I love how uncomfortable you look reading these intimate. Yeah, because I did not know that I wrote in the book that her head starts bobbing and stuff. I did not know I was about to read that. Oh, man. But I mean, yeah, it has to be, I wanted to paint the picture without saying, So, I mean, you get the picture, right? I get the picture. What a beautiful, exquisite fantasy. So seductive. I think I said that word right. Exquisite? Exquisite? What's up, Deborah? Soulmate. Yeah, it's intense. And you're reading it. Hold on, I can't read. Yeah, it's intense and you're reading it. Tears in my eyes. Yep. Johnny wasn't playing, was he, Michelle? Yep, back on it again. Oh, man. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that. Yeah. So I've got these hard copies. This is the first book. I don't have hard copies of the second, but yes, this is it doesn't have that line there. This was just a practice copy, but I'm not really promoting selling these books. And they are on Amazon if you want one for like 12 bucks. It's A Different Cowboy by Joe Jones on Amazon. That's what I type in. But there's a lot of flaws. Mainly that is huge. That looks ridiculous. But yeah, and it's but I mean, if you want a hard copy, they're there. It's there if you want it. 113 pages. So, but I just I always say you could, if you want to listen to it for free, you could just go to my channel and go to the playlist, and it's on there. And I narrated the entire book and put sound effects and everything. So. I think there's only 2 chapters in this book where they're intimate. The second book, there is, I think, 2 or 3 chapters, something like that. But yeah, we got some interracial lovemaking in this book, you know. So, not a problem, Tanner. No problem, man. Thank you, CC. Yeah. But the second, I mean, this is the first one, but part two, I don't think I put part two in the playlist. I don't think all of part two is in the playlist because, I mean, part two is just, that's when I got my really good camera and my really good microphone and I was narrating it. And it just, the sound quality was so good. But I don't have those things anymore, but soon I will. Well, we're going to get them. We're going to get back to that soon because I got one more chapter to write, and then that part two will be done, and we're going to take some pictures for the new copy, the new cover. We're going to take some pictures. So we'll have a new cover on it and all that stuff. That's why I'm not trying to say that cover just sucks, So let's see. We got 21 people. What's everybody doing tonight? Let's see. Also, when you get to the third book of her life in slavery, we could maybe help you on that. I, for one, and bet most folks here have read a lot about slavery. Yeah, because, like the cool thing is, like I was saying before you hopped in, I don't think you were in here yet, but Tessa is based on so many women. The main character of this book, she's based on so many women. I got a lot of her personality from women that I've dated and women that I've met and stories that I've heard. And so I put a lot of that into the book, some of the struggles that she's been through and things she went through. There's a lot of truth in the book. And I tried to incorporate a lot of Johnny, from what I've been through and what I've experienced, and how I reacted when I heard these stories. So there's a lot of true stories and there's a lot of truth in this book, so that's what makes the book just incredible. And I think that's why a lot of people can relate to her because, she's kind of like every woman, So, yeah, that's true. Yep. So we're gonna, once I finish A Different Cowboy Part 2, we're gonna immediately jump into the Slave prequel, and then we'll be doing The Hearts That Loved. I don't know if that's gonna be a hard copy. I don't even know if the Slave book is gonna be a hard copy. Uh, just because, I mean, that's going to be a hard book to write because you know that's a very touchy subject. I mean, I incorporated a little bit of like what Tessa went through in this book, um, but I'm not too sure how it'll do because I know a lot of people I know a lot of people won't even go see slave movies because you know, they just don't want it any, they don't want to hear about that stuff. But, but Friday night, thanks for being here. I needed this tonight. Awesome. Oh, yeah, it is a Friday night. That's cool. Yeah. And I mean, that's why there was a lot of people that told me not to even go there with this book. They were like, no. They were like, don't even. And I mean, I've suggested my book to a couple of my black friends, and they're just like, no, I'm not going to read that. They just won't read it, So. What's up, Barry? We got Barry Baker in the house. Everybody, welcome, Barry. What's going on? My encountered any? Yeah, Yeah, I mean, and that's understandable because I don't think there has been any that have been written. I think, uh, that's what I'm worried about. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I should do a hard copy because that might not be a good look. You know, yeah, it probably would get a lot of hate, and that's what's making it very difficult to go down that road because it's like, man, what can you even say? You know, what is appropriate to try to get the point across as of what she went through without crossing any lines that it's like, okay, I don't want people labeling me as something I'm not just for trying to tell a story. So, you know, so I mean, I'm gonna try it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know. Oh wait a second. Wow. Oh really? That's interesting. Huh. Didn't know that. My day was pretty good actually. Got to go to the gym today. Almost blew out my knee again. That's two workouts in 2 weeks. Uh, Something's going on with my left knee. Uh, I don't know what's going on with it, but I injured it like probably 3 weeks ago, and I think I injured it when I was on a job site. That last job site we were on, I was carrying a lot of wood, very, very 3/4 inch plywood, and I had two of them trying to carry them, and I was running with them, so it was just bounce, 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 and putting a lot of weight on my knees, and screwed my knee up. And then just trying to do squats and stuff and deadlifts. I haven't been able to do much weight, and then so last week, and I tried to go heavy with a deadlift, my knee popped, and I limped out of the gym. And so I gave it a week, and I was feeling better. And so then I tried to do like these squat things today, and my knee just gave out again, and so that's not good. I need to get some like knee wraps and stuff before I can do legs again. So yeah, I need to give give me one of those because I told myself last week I said I am not doing legs again until I get a knee wrap, and then today was leg day, and I said, man, I don't have a choice, and I don't have any knee wraps, so I limped out of the gym again today. So, and my girlfriend was just like, I said, but she was like, why don't you just do triceps today? And I said, no, we got to do legs today. We have to. And she's like, you don't have knee wraps. I was like, we have to do legs today. I can't wait another day. And so, she reminded me this is why women live longer. What is going on with my face? I keep seeing like, there it is, hair or something. So, oh, we got Anita in the chat, it looks like. Let's see. Hey, Anita and everyone. I hope you guys had a beautiful day. I just woke up from a nap. Yeah, it's been a great day. You know. I'm. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go back up. Is there some way you can focus on exercises that put some way you can focus on exercises that put a lot of stress on your knee? That like don't put a lot of stress. I mean, really, there's like nothing I can do for legs that wouldn't put stress on my knee. Everything in that gym would have to, have to put stress on it to do my legs. But why do you have a girlfriend if you won't listen to her advice? Uh, I'm stupid, so I mean, no. She actually she's the first girl that I've ever listened to. Um, that's actually one of the reasons why Alicia broke up with me, because I was so stubborn and I would never listen to her. But you know, so she didn't want to deal with me in that sense. So you know, but my girlfriend's just very very wise, and I'm telling you, I listen to about 95% of the stuff she says. You know, she might be in the chat. I think so. Hopefully she is. Let's see. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, actually, we go together every day. I'm kind of like her personal trainer, and I've actually personally trained a lot of people over the years and stuff. And I'm trying to get my certificate as a personal trainer this year because I've never got a certificate as a personal trainer. So it would be good to go ahead and make it like official, because people don't listen to me without it. Oh man. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, but thinking about thinking about starting to take maybe a shot. You know what I mean? Maybe going down Arnold's path. That's what I'm thinking, because this just ain't cutting it. It ain't big enough for me. That's what she said. And I said, well, honey, I can't do anything about that. But you work with what you got. I'm kidding. She didn't say that. Let's see. Expect supposed to listen to you, but you are resistant to listen to anyone. Yep. Yep. You know, and that's it's a big problem I got. Yep. Yeah. I've always been that way. I've always had to find out things the hard way, which I don't suggest anybody do that. You know. But I'm telling you, I listen to. I mean, I take so much advice nowadays that it's not even funny. I mean, compared to the old me, I would just. I didn't care who it was. I would not listen to anyone. I was so stubborn that when I first started building stuff, I wouldn't even look it up on YouTube. This is how dumb I was. I told myself, well, your dad was a framer, he was a carpenter, so you should already know how to do this. It should just come to you naturally. So I tried to build a shed naturally. And I mean, I got the walls down and stuff like that. I mean, that was kind of common sense to me. But when it came to the roof, man, I spent so much money on that roof. And this was like 13, 14 years ago. But I kept messing the rafters up, and I refused to. People were like, just watch a YouTube video, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna take advice from anyone. I'm gonna figure this out myself. It's like I should know this, and I and I tried to do shingling, and I was like, I should know how to do shingles, and the roof would leak, like Tessa's roof was leaking, and finally, I was like, stop being an idiot and just listen. So, yeah. Yep. So that's where I am now. You know. Yeah. A hard head makes a soft behind. I've never heard that one. Probably somebody probably tried to tell me. I just didn't listen to him. Oh man. I am so scared of scary movies. I'm into romantic, action-packed movies. That's cool. But yeah, we're gonna try to do like a Halloween short film this year. We've been trying to do one for like 4 years. I've been talking about doing it, and I just need. I mean, we got to figure out like what are we gonna do, you know, We gotta, because I don't want to put something out there and it's just trash. I want it to be good. Because if you just start putting short films out and they're no good, then people are gonna, they're just gonna be like, man, you suck. And I think that's, I think that's where me and Justin we got to a point where we were just putting out so many short films at one time, and they had no depth to them. There was no meaning to it, so we stopped doing them. And I deleted a lot of them too because I was like, man, a lot of these just aren't no good. We did a couple that were good. I thought Broken Hope was okay. That one's still on my channel. That was okay. Uh, Don't Drink the Water was the best one we ever did. It was a funny one. So if you haven't seen it, go check out my channel and type in Don't Drink the Water. That was a funny one. Uh, but other than that, we tried to do like westerns and it was just trash. I mean, we didn't have enough actors and we just couldn't get it together. We just couldn't get together. But we wanna, you know, get Alicia in a short film and stuff like that, and maybe Ralph as well. He's a really good actor. Let's see. Shayla's out. Good night, Shayla. I go to sleep now, but I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, love you guys. Have a good night. Love you too. But you know, we're gonna try to do more action films. Like the film that we did the other day. That seemed to get some positive feedback. And those were real guns that we had. Those were absolutely real guns. Big guns. We had AR-15s and stuff like that. So very heavy too. I didn't know they were that heavy. So let's see, Joe. Why are all your films violent with bang bang shoot 'em ups? uh, well, I think I don't know. I like films like that. I like action films. I think we don't have. I like a lot of like the '80s action films. Like Rambo and Commando and just stuff like that. That's why I'm trying to get the big muscles and cut off sleeves and just be oiled up and be toting the gun or whatever. Which yeah, got a long way to go before I reach that point, um, but I don't know. I think my testosterone level is just so high. It's just so manly. I love it. But I would like to do some romantic movies and stuff like that. I mean, I'd love to do like a romantic short film, but uh, I don't see that happening. Not until we do a different cowboy. And even then, I mean, when we film that, uh, there'll have to be a lot of camera tricks and stuff like that because there won't be any real kissing involved. Because I am in a relationship and that would not fly. Kissing my ex-girlfriend, that wouldn't fly. My girlfriend would, yeah, she wouldn't fly. So we'll make it work. There'll be camera tricks. It's very easy to make it look like, you know, stuff's happening. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to her about it, but I just assume she wouldn't approve of that. I wouldn't approve of it if she was kissing her ex-boyfriend on a film. Ow. Shoot. Oh, sorry. But man, that hurt. Oh, my leg, my knee, and my leg messed up again. But yeah. Yeah. But I would like to do a vampire movie or a werewolf movie or something like that because Justin's got 97 acres and a cabin somewhere in the country. I've never seen it, but I mean he's been there a few times. But I want to do something that's along the lines of Halloween. Something like that. I've always enjoyed Halloween, and but I mean it wouldn't be like scary, like jump scares and stuff. But it would be, you know, it would be like more like thriller type movie. A thriller. I like thrillers. I don't like jump scares at all. Those just make me mad. You keep mentioning Justin 97 acres and cabin. No, he didn't inherit it. He said it's been in his family. His parents own it, but his parents inherited it, and he said it's been in his family since the Civil War. But it's like 3 hours from here, so I've never got to see it. But we were gonna film that scene, the movie that we were filming the other day. The director wanted to film there, but he was like, "No, it's too far away." So I don't like violent movies usually. Yeah, I don't. Um, I mean, really, I don't even watch action movies much anymore. I used to. I say I like them, but honestly, I don't even really watch them anymore. You know. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Never seen that. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that one down too. But I'm always up for watching, different movies and stuff. Oh, okay, that's something else. Where we at? Where we at? It's just right here. Okay, that was a good one. What about it? That was a thriller, right? There goes something vibrating again. Great movie. It was filmed in Seattle, Washington. Oh, okay. That's cool. Skeleton Key. I've never seen that one either. I watched his second wife today, and wow, what a thriller. Two women were married to the same man, one pregnant and married for 2 years, and not married. Wow, man. Doctor, they were big money to some cattle, whatever. Wow. But I know my friend, Ralph. He he's wanting to do like Christian films and stuff, and you know, so me and him are definitely trying to collaborate and talk about how we can start making movies because the movie industry here in Dallas, it's like you can audition for movies, but they have their own people that they use for the same movies. It's like I mean, you can go audition, but you're almost more than likely not going to get a big role. Even with me, I get very small roles. So I don't think they would put me in the lead role. So So we're gonna try to start our own stuff, and actually start making like legit movies someday, and trying to put them on YouTube, not YouTube, Tubi and Amazon Prime, stuff like that, Netflix. Because I'm telling you, there is people putting so much crap on Tubi just here in Dallas, and it's bad. I'm in a few bad, bad films on Tubi, and I thought that these films were going to be very professional looking. I thought, man, this is going to be great, and no, they are so bad. I'm ashamed to even be in them. Like, it's bad. Machine Gun Preacher, starring Gerard Butler. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've heard of that one, but never seen it. I almost saw it one time. I almost rented it. Is that Hudson? Hudson, okay. Two wives. Oh, wow. At the end of his life, gee. Love a good scary movie. Let's see. I love action and zombie movie. Have you ever seen Train to Busan? It's a Korea zombie. No, I haven't. Never heard of that one. That's interesting. A few years ago, I thought about getting together with some folks to make a short film for Amazon. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And it's like, uh, it's like trying to find people around here. You know, there's a lot of, I mean, I guess that's just people in general, but, there's a lot of people that, like, even in the movies I've been in, the professional movies, there's like actors that will commit to a role and they'll do two or three scenes and they just quit. And the director's like, well, that just changed everything because I can't get a hold of them. They just walked off. So that's like the big problem. There's a lot of that here in Texas. Like a lot of very unserious people that just want to, get on TV and then just like, all right, see you later. You know, so it's hard to find people that are serious. Yep, Deborah's right. Blair Witch Project, man. I saw that came out when I was probably 7 years old, and we went to a theater. It was the biggest movie screen in Texas to see it. But the newest one is what scared me more. I didn't like the newest one. But man, because I saw the newest one, it came out when I was like, I don't know, maybe 19 or 20, and we went and seen it, and I said, dude, screw that, man. But yeah, that movie was scary as a kid. That was a trip. I do like scary movies, actually. Brown Girl. Black peeps don't do those movies. Yeah, you know. The I would say the one that freaked me out the most is Drag Me to Hell. That movie still I can't watch it. It's just creepy. It's freaky. It's evil, evil, evil. It's scary. I can't even. So if you're wondering what freaks me out the most, it will always be Drag Me to Hell. That old woman just freaks me out. Especially when she's like going to her car in the parking garage and that old woman is like in the back seat or something. Dude, come on, man. I turn that crap off. I can't. I cannot. And the fact that they actually drag her to hell in the end, like I wasn't expecting that. But it just kind of like makes you rethink about how you treat people, you know. But just weird. Oh, one of my patients looks like the witch and Drag Me to Hell. Oh man, she gets the best. Oh, she gets the best care from me. Yeah, she's got to, don't she? Man, I can't do too many of those movies. My daughter took me with MC Final Destination #1 so they could get in. OMG. Yeah, all those Final Destination movies, man, those are crazy, aren't they? Oh, and tapping on the desk. Yeah. If black folks saw anything suspect, end of movie, credits rolling, peace out. Not messing with her, says RM. That's right. Okay, Mark. No, Get Out wasn't that scary. The House That Jack Built. Never heard of that one. Did you view WWZ? Oh, World War Z? No, I didn't. I never saw that one. But I would like to do a vampire movie, because I've just always had a thing for vampires. Um, and I am in a vampire movie. It is coming out this year. It's going to be in theaters, I believe. But like I said, I know I've told y'all that before, but I have a very small role. I'm a bartender, so let's see. It's fun. I like watching it. It gives me entertaining to me. Which one are y'all talking about? Oh, Smile. Smile. Yeah, Smile. That's another one that that's evil. Evil. Uh, how could I forget about Smile? Yeah, that movie freaked me out. You know, very freaky. I forgot about that. That would have, man, that might be worse than Drag Me to Hell. It was just evil to me. And Annabelle, what is it, the third one? That was another one that I almost walked out of. That was a tough one. Yeah, Smile was bad. And of course, my girlfriend's gonna drag me to see the next one. Or she might go without me. She might be like, yeah, whatever, I'm going without you. Have you seen the show Squid Game? I have not. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Joe, you mean you don't get to bite anyone? No, unfortunately, I don't. But Justin's in it. He gets, well, no, he doesn't really get bit. He does die though. I'll just say that. He gets his blood sucked. They told him, they're like, you're gonna get sucked. He's like, that's great. And they're like, not in that sense. You're gonna have like an IV hooked up to you, getting your blood sucked. He's like, oh, that's bad. But yeah. But there was all these black vampires and stuff dancing around. It was a fun scene. It was fun. My girlfriend enjoyed it. No, she wasn't there. But you know what? You know what my girlfriend promised me? I want to know what she promised me this year. She said, you know what? She said, Joe, you tall, handsome cup of Joe. You hot and steamy. No, wait, no, that was her brother. So she said, Joe, getting off track here. She said she was going to dress up for Halloween for me. And I said, really? I said, what are you going to dress up as? And she said, why does it tell me I'm live? Okay, I know that. It's like, you're live. She said she was going to be a vampire this year. Yeah, yeah. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You know you did. And she's going to bite me right there. Or she might bite me here. I don't know. But it's going to be hot. No, nobody's ever done that. I've always been like, hey, you want to dress up as a vampire? And they're like, no, it's weird. And I'm like, oh. But, maybe she'll do it. She didn't say that, but maybe she'll do it. It'd be cool. Anyway. I do have a vampire book. I have a scary book, a horror book. It's on YouTube as well. But people were like getting offended by it. Like, So I stopped reading it. I had to stop it. She's making your dream come true. So delicious. Yeah, I just wish it would. She might do it. I don't know. You know, from it to keep you on the edge of your seat. Haven't heard of that one. That particular book was called Whitaker Woods. Doing a strip tease for your man. Nice. But I want to make that into a movie as well. That book has vampires, werewolves, witches. It's got like everything, ghost. It's got everything I could imagine. I put it all into one book, and it's like you get trapped in these woods, and you can't get out. Like in it, it's just nighttime forever, and you don't age either. You just It's weird. You're just there forever, and you don't ever age. And as long as you're there, you could be there forever. So it's interesting. Take pictures and record some of it. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Could you imagine Kelly Rowland? Kelly Rowland with like vampire teeth? Man, people are like, okay, what the hell? Just saying. I mean, come on. Be pretty odd. Tanner doesn't like smile. I don't like it either, man. See, you mean like Neverland, where Peter Pan lives and never ages? Yep, pretty much. But I think it was like the storyline of the book. People were offended by it. You know, they didn't like it. I mean, it's a good book, but it was just a storyline. It took place in the 1800s as well, and it was like during the Civil War, and people they didn't like that. I mean, so if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of obsessed with the 1800s, and I have like a bunch of Civil War stuff. I have Civil War bullets and money and all kind of stuff from the Civil War. I don't know. I love the history behind all that stuff. So I write almost all my books take place, in the Civil War and stuff. But people don't like that. So I understand that. X-rated, triple X-rated interracial couples. I'm thinking of doing it, he says. I'll read it. Let's see. Did I miss a comment? Okay. That's cool. Okay, hold on 1 second. Don't worry. Yes. Oh, yes. There we go. Show y'all something real quick. My little collection box here. Well, I shouldn't pull that out. That's not very good. But well, we'll just anyway, I do have some money from the Civil War here. What is this? $1 bill. So, got some money here. Confederate States. I probably shouldn't show those like that. But here's a $20 bill. This is from, where's the date? 1864, February 17th, 1864. 1864, and it is in very good condition to be that old. But pretty cool. I am pretty obsessed with, you know, stuff from that era. Here's another $1 bill. It's in plastic so it doesn't get damaged. Pretty cool there. Says Confederate States, America. I can't find any like Union money. All I ever find is Confederate State money down here in the South for some reason. This is from, I don't see the date. I think it was like 1863, 1864. Okay, same year, 1864. Then I've got a 20. I think I already showed that one. And I got a 10. Look at that. That's what money used to look like. Isn't that crazy? This is from 1867. Huh. So it says Confederate States. 1867. If y'all can, whoa, see that? It's like horses or something on it. Pretty cool. So I got all that, you know. Then I've got this bullet that is from the Civil War, where they said that this bullet more than likely hit somebody because it is dented, and but you can see the little ridges and stuff in it. So pretty interesting. It's kind of weird to have that. Could have killed somebody. Was part of American history. So I like collecting stuff, you know. Probably why my house is haunted. Probably get rid of this and it'll stop all the hauntings and stuff. Anyway. I feel awe for those folks. For all the folks who held Confederate money when the war was over. Yeah. I'm fascinated by Hitler's reign and how he got so many folks to believe in him. Especially fascinated by Joseph Goebbels, his minister of propaganda. And just see. Okay. You have Union money now. Okay. Only Confederate States changed their money. Okay. That makes sense. Sherman took care of the South in the Civil War. Okay. I thought I had more bullets in that. I don't know where the other ones are, but I know I do. They should have been in there, though. But I was collecting stuff from World War II. I had a 1944, I don't know how to say it right, but Mosin Nagant, or Mosin Nagant. It was like a Russian rifle that was used against American soldiers in World War II. And I still have the bayonet to it. I sold the gun, but I shot it. Me and Justin shot it. But that gun, wow. It was extremely heavy, extremely long. It was about, I don't know, maybe 4.5, 5, almost 5 feet long. It was super long to hold. And when you shot that thing, it kicked so hard that I'm like, dude, I don't even know how you could use this. And then it's like bolt action, like the bullets were just massive, and it's just like, I mean, it was just crazy. I was scared to shoot. I bought it when I was 18, and I hate that I sold it because, man, that was a piece of history. But apparently they were selling those guns to the Germans and stuff, and the Germans were using them against the Americans, is what they said. So, psychology in World War II. Also, Hitler got his idea of eugenics from us, the USA. Huh. History is one of my favorite subjects. Mine too.
I love reading books about black issues. I can recommend Why I No Longer Talk to White People About Race, White Fragility, and Natives, Race and Class in the Runs of Empire.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, really, I agree with you on that. I will not talk to white people on race, because they just. It's like so many white people. They just don't even. You know. Hmm. They don't even. They don't see the problem, especially here in America. America's just crazy, crazy. You try to tell a white person about what black people are going through, they refuse to see it. I've done it my whole life, you know. Or I get told that's their problem. Why are you trying to get in? Why are you trying to help them? You need to be helping white people. I've heard that more than anything. Why are you trying to help black people? You need to be worrying about helping white people. Anybody ever heard that? It's just it's crazy. It's crazy. What time is it? 9 o'clock. We're gonna stay on here about another 20 minutes. Is there an relationship? Yep, yep. And I've tried to get my own family members to watch slave movies just to get a better understanding of, why black people feel the way they do about a lot of things. And I can't even get white people to watch slave movies. There's like, I don't want to see it. And I'm like, well, you kind of need to see it so you can understand what they went through, and but it's like people, I can't get anybody to watch them. Nobody wants to see them. But I watch every slave movie that comes out because I want to know more. I want to know more about what they went through, so I can better understand. I have a ton of whites in my extended family who are married to black folks in my extended family, and when the topic is discussed, it's very insightful. Interesting. Those three books are really good. These movies are hard to view. Maybe feel that happened before their time and they didn't do it. Yep, and that's another thing I always hear. "Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't do it to them." And I hear, well, these black people these days, they didn't have to pick cotton, so why are they complaining about what happened to their ancestors? I've heard all of that. But and it's the same people that will use that word and they wonder why it's offensive. And I'm like, because you don't know your history. You know, the history of B. I have not. Oh, but their ancestors did. Yep. I mean, but you know, I think it's just being passed down. It's just passed down from generation to generation. It's just a different form of hate. You know, white people aren't necessarily whipping black people and hanging people in the streets, but you know, a lot of them, they still have that hate in their heart because that word is still being used, and that word was taught to them and passed down from generation to generation. I can't tell you how many people I hear use that word. I can't tell you how many times I've been called that word with the word lover following it by people that I thought were my friends that got mad at me. That word always comes out. If I ever got into a fight with somebody I knew, that's the first thing they call me. And You know, telling y'all, it's if you're white, you see a whole different side of white people. I'm telling you, and a lot of people they don't understand that, but um, what you see isn't always what you get. It's how a lot of white people, not all of them, but a lot of them, if the topic is brought up, at least I've experienced a lot of racism behind closed doors. You know, there's a lot of people in my family that do not approve of me, and they do not care if they offend me. I'm telling you, especially my extended family, they are not for me at all. At all. And it's crazy. It is crazy.
See the records of black guy shine shoes. Oh, really? Hmm. Because let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, I'll do that for you, brown girl.
Let me write that down so I don't forget. If I forget, if I don't do it when I get off here, just shoot me a message. And because I will forget. I've always got so much going on.
Uh,
I mean, it just, I mean, it just depends. I mean, really, it just depends on who you hang out with. Like, I don't hang out with those type of people. You know, when I was younger, I hung out with a kid that saying would always come up when we would get into an argument, and I would forgive him, and we'd be best buddies, the next day or whatever. But as I started to get older, I started to think about that. It's like, hey man, wait a minute. You're calling my girlfriend the N word, and you're calling me, this and that. And I was like, I don't have to associate with you. And now that I'm getting older, I'm seeing that you're not really my friend, and I don't want to hang out with people like you. So I'm going to go find white friends. If I'm going to hang out with a white person, then, if I got to find someone that is genuine and really accepts me, you know. I've even had black friends that are against it, so it goes both ways. But Tongola's here. What's going on? But uh, it's just about who you hang out with. I mean, if somebody starts treating you like that, then just cut them out of your life, and in my case, I don't talk to most of my family either, because the things that they said about me when I was younger, when I was in high school and stuff and middle school, I still remember that. So I'm like, you haven't changed your ways. I don't need to talk to you, So somebody talks to me like that, I refuse to talk to them, you know. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, very different. I mean, there's parts of Texas that I've been told don't go there because they'll kill you. You know, where we were filming the other day, I was told be very careful because that's a very. I'm not even going to say who is there, but that town there is meetings that are there, and they said if they find out who you are and what you believe, they're like, yeah, they'll kill you, dude, and they don't care. So I don't know. Black man and white woman.
my partner. They walked past us and they kissed their teeth at us. Wow. Hmm.
Uh, I don't think that it'll ever be something that's fully accepted, brown girl. But the thing is, people are always going to talk, you know, uh, and it's just, you just got to learn to ignore it, you know. I've learned to ignore it, or I mean, if somebody came up to me and said something, I'd probably just knock them out, honestly. I don't have time for that type of shit these days, you know. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Very much so, Elizabeth. Very much. Yep, that's right. I mean, and I would suggest just find a man that it has the same attitude, and just be, that's why I wrote in this book where Johnny confronted that to Tessa, and he was like, "Look, our lives are in danger." I mean, because this is in the 1800s, of course, their lives would be in danger, being together. And he told her, "Look, our lives are in danger. Are you sure you want to do this?" And she was like, "Look, I love you. Of course I do." You know. And so there are some people that maybe they've never dated interracially and they will get some hate. And then I've heard of some black women that are like, "Well, yeah, you know, me and my boyfriend were dating, but he couldn't handle the racist remarks from his family, and so we broke up." So I would just say, like, straight up, like, "Hey, we're an interracial couple. There may be somebody that disapproves. Are you willing to go down that road with me? Or are you going to chicken out as soon as somebody says something?" You know, make sure though, because it's not always an easy road. And I mean, really, it depends on where you live. Here in the South, it's going to be a little harder than say up north. But I mean, you're always going to find people that, you know, I mean, it's not all the time, but every now and then I will notice because I'm very aware of my surroundings. That's one thing we were taught. Always be very aware of your surroundings. Uh, so I look at people when I walk in. I'm scanning the room. As soon as I walk in, I'm looking at everybody. I'm scoping everybody out. Because you know how it is in America. There's crazy people everywhere. There's people shooting up schools, shooting up restaurants. Just it's crazy. So I'm always keeping an eye on everybody. And I see sometimes the way people look at me and my girlfriend when we walk in. There's they just kind of give it, and especially me, the way I'm dressed, they do not expect someone like me to be with a black woman, and that's why I love to dress this way because we're so different. You know, uh, just culturally, I'm just this cowboy looking dude that you would think would have some little Western white girl on my arm, and I was like, no, it's just totally different. And like some lady said today, she was like, "You all remind me of Barbie and Ken. Y'all are so cute together." And she's like, "The way y'all are dressed is just y'all are so different." And so just had a bad stabbing in Germany. Oh man. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, okay, Michigan. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. But but I mean, I have to scan the room because uh, there was a shooting at a mall that was just a couple towns away from us in Allen, Texas, and it was a very bad shooting, and that is a city where you would not expect that to happen. That is a very, I don't even know what you call it, but it's just nothing like that has ever happened. Very, very good area. And the dude just pulled out an AR-15 and started taking everybody out that he could in an outdoor shopping mall. Y'all probably heard about it on the news. I mean, it was a very big deal. There was another shooting in the town next to me that Obama even came down here and made a speech about 1 year. I mean, so they had a you know what attack uh, about 4 or 5 miles from me, and so you know, so anytime I walk into a room, I already know that I walk into the room and I carry a gun. So I'm like, okay, I have to watch everybody because I'm going to be the first responder if anything happens. I have to already make that decision in my mind that I'm going to be the one to jump up and eliminate the threat. Because what's the point of carrying a gun if you're going to run out the door? That's not right. So I always say, don't even carry a gun, uh, if you don't intend on using it, to protect people. So that's something you got to make up in your mind before you even put it on. Can you do that? Would you be able, would you be willing to protect everyone in this room, even if you don't like them? Because on average, they say it takes 8 minutes for the police to show up. You know how much, well, yeah, I'm not going to say. Very bad. And in Texas here, I don't know if y'all know this, but our governor made it to where you don't have to have a license at all to carry a gun now. You can open carry a handgun with no training, no license, no restrictions whatsoever. Nothing. And I thought that was just the stupidest thing that he could have done. So now everybody's got a gun. Everybody. People that should not have one have one. They don't have to get any training, background check, fingerprinted, nothing. Just go buy a gun. You can carry it right on your hip in the open, wide open. Welcome to Texas. Don't come here, please. Just about everyone in the USA today can be considered a soft target for some reason, even churches. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it really is. It really is the Wild West. That's why I'm trying to get another gun so I can carry a gun in my boot, a gun on my hip. Uh, Might have to put a gun up my ass at this point just to be safe. I got a big old truck and a gun up my butt, and I'm driving through Texas today. Rolling down the back roads, looking all around, and I'm trying to stay away from all the damn crime that's going on in life. I just don't have the patience. Hold on, I gotta call Stacy, the nurse, because I think the gun just went off. And I don't know. That's not going right. So anyway, somebody call me the doctor. Bring me a beer. I just gotta get the gun out of my rear. America. Coming back to the UK, it's safer. I'm telling you, I walked the streets of the UK the very first time. We'd never been there, and we were walking they have very narrow alleyways and stuff, which I love that. It was really cool. We don't have that here, but very narrow alleyways and like the city and stuff, and the streets were there was like bricks and stuff. I guess you could call it stone. They're made out of stone. They don't have potholes anywhere that I've seen. It's great. This is amazing. Texas is potholes everywhere. You can't even drive without blowing your damn shocks out, blowing a tire. I blew 2 tires on one pothole on the highway. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. We're done talking about that. But we were walking, down these old alleyways, and there were some people in the alleyways and stuff, and it was like 3 a.m. and we were just like goo goo and gaga and laughing and walking, and like I had no fear at whatsoever. Like I was like, man, this is like a walk in the park compared to like Dallas. Like there's no way you catch me in Dallas walking the streets at 3 a.m. Like no freaking way. But I wasn't. I didn't feel threatened by anybody. Um, I just. I mean, the only thing that we saw, like, well, I mean, one guy tried to fight me. He started kind of harassing us as soon as we got off the train. Oh, what is that? There's like, it's a train station. I can't even remember it. Uh, Dang, my girlfriend would be so pissed because we talk about it all the time. But it was like, when we were on the train, like it didn't really feel any different. But when you walk up the steps and uh, you come out into, and there's like a pub on the right. Um, but there's a lot of people right there. But it was like, man, that was when it hits you that you're in a different country. But this dude came up to us and he was asking for money. I think he was like Irish or something. And I was telling him that no, sorry, man, we don't have any money. We're not from here. And he's like, well, anything helps. And we are just like, oh, I'm sorry, man, we don't have anything. And he got so pissed. And he started following us and screaming at us. And just like, that was kind of weird. That was like, we wasn't even up, on the street for about 10 seconds. And this dude just coming up to us and like trying to fight me. But that was like the only problem I had, was with him. But it kind of gave me the impression, I was like, man, that's not cool. Is it? We're gonna be getting like harassed the whole time because I had a cowboy hat, so I guess he knew. Uh, Shearing Cross Station. That might be it. It kind of looked like. What else? What else? Yeah, because you're kind of like underground. It kind of looked like the Harry Potter train station is what it looked like to me. And you walk up this big staircase out into the street, and but it was just so cool, man. Like that was just like a reality check. Like, man, we're really here. Liverpool, that's what it was. Liverpool Street. Liverpool Street. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's what it was. I knew I was gonna get it eventually. Thank you for correcting me. But but yeah, I mean, other than that, we didn't have any problems. Everybody was totally nice, and there's just not enough I can say about that place. And I mean, the second time we went, I had a messed up back. I was walking with a cane. Actually, I still have the cane. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all my cane. I will never, ever get rid of it because the people there were so nice. This is my cane from London. I went to this little pharmacy on the road, and the guy saw me limping in, and he didn't even charge me for it. He just let me have it. So it's my little wooden cane, and this thing got me all over London the second time, and I love it. And people were just so nice because I was in so much pain. I'm telling you, I thought I was dying, and people, you know, like especially getting on the train and stuff, it's kind of hectic, whatever. But people like would move out of the way and let me get on. People here, they would just run me over. Like people don't care about me here. Yeah, I would actually. Me and my girlfriend have talked about it a few times. We want to get a second home over there. We want to go there like once a month eventually. I mean, that would be just cool. That'd be so cool. That'd be incredible. But the Indian food that we had there, the Indian food, we loved it. That was just incredible. Best Indian food I ever had in my life. Best ramen I ever had in my life. Can't wait to meet you too, brown girl. But you know, just incredible. And there was this chicken place over there by Hammersmith Station. Can't remember what it was called, but I had to download the app just to order. But I didn't like the chicken there though. It wasn't too good. Yeah. Yeah. But we're coming back. We're coming back this year. We're trying to come back in October, God willing. And we're gonna try to go next year. What the hell was that? Get a gun! Somebody get a damn gun! Who's in the house? You always gotta have a gun near you, right? You never know. You never know what's gonna happen. Reload! Shit! Pull that other one out of my butt! It's like, no. Somebody's over there. I don't know who that is. That was weird. Get out of here, Justin. What are you doing in my closet, man? Whew. But anyway. Yep. Get my London cane on you! Woo! Makes me want to do some dips. Yeah! 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 When I dip, you dip, we dip. Get with the program. Somebody's dipping when I'm going up and shit. And people are like, what? No. They made a song about it, man. Do it right. When I dip, you dip, and we dip. And people are like, what? What the hell's going on? Just get it right, people, man. Oh, Texas Hold'em, yeah. But anyway. I've got to get off here a little early tonight, guys. I got to be up early in the morning. What time is it? Yep, 9:31. I am 1 minute past my limit. Fixing them muscles. Yep. Told you, give me about 2 or 3 more weeks. I'm going to be on Arnold status. Going to be Arnieing it up. No, I'm kidding. Trying to build that upper chest. You can see the little line we're getting there each day. Each day it's coming in. 200 grams of protein a day. Creatine, all that stuff. 331 there. Oh. Man, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. People haven't got home yet, so I was able to stay in here. You know, but where's everybody's at, actually? That's weird. But anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go. Love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. We got 18 people. We had 30 likes tonight. Appreciate that. And thanks for listening to my story. You know, literally my story. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Or maybe not. I usually don't go live on the weekends. Tomorrow will be the weekend. I don't think I could go live tomorrow. I think I'm going to be busy. But anyways, guys, each and every one of y'all, thank y'all so much for stopping by. Love y'all. I'm Joe Jones. This is the Cup of Joe Show. And this has just been your daily dosage. Daily dosage. Voice is over here cracking and she's like, daily dosage. I'm scared someone's over there, so I'm going to call my girlfriend. She'll get him. Get him, baby, get him. Good night, Elizabeth. Bye, everybody.